Please help. The Cyclopses have gone mad. They locked us in here and dragged my men off to Azanai knows what awful fate.
I'll free your men. Do you
The Cyclopses took them. Over there, past the fire grates. I don't know what they're planning, but those two are like brothers to me. Did you find my men? Are they all right?
No, I haven't...
Please hurry. I'm afraid the Cyclopses have some...
Be on guard. One more down.
Saints bless him. I knew Olbert would send someone for me. Thank you, stranger. Now, I'm going...
thought I was a goner for sure. I need to get to the surface and let my family know that I'm not...
So you are the ones who fight for the Ironmonger dogs. This boundary is ours now. We will never be slaves again. No more! Why do you fight us? What have we done to you?
The other Cyclopses attacked us on sight. We had to defend ourselves.
You took the side of the bosses. You want to enslave us, to make us work without pay, just like the paper says.
What paper are you talking about?
An old man gave the paper to me. He called it a manifesto. He said we deserve a better life. We have the right to refuse to work, to demand better pay.
If you tell your brothers to stand down, we'll talk to Meister Castle.
I will trust you to go to the Ironmongers, to decide how best to end this fight. It is only by your mercy that we live. We will accept whatever judgment you make.
Why doesn't anyone listen to reason before we beat them half to death?
Surely you must be joking, Meister Fiddlewick. I shall not reward the slaying of my guild members with salaries and contracts. If these beasts weren't vital to the operation of the Foundry, I'd charge every one of them with murder, and they could all go to the gallows.
Funny that you mention legal action. Last I recall, slavery was a criminal offense in Stonebridge. Shall we take this matter to the courts?
I didn't expect to find you both here.
Now that you've done Castle's dirty work and violently ended the strike, he wants to dishonor the dead by maintaining the status quo.
Those beasts went mad. Don't try to rationalize their crimes.
What Meister Castle means to say is that he thinks the Cyclopses are mere animals. I say, anything that has a mind has rights.
The Cyclops has agreed to stop fighting if I speak to you on their behalf.
You... what? What nonsense is this?
Meister Castle is an endless font of courtesy and grace. Go ahead. Thank the Legion for saving your lives.
Yes, thank you for ending the violence. But what do you mean you speak for them? Those beasts are making demands?
They've been your slaves, free labor for your guild. Now they have a manifesto, and they demand a fair wage.
A manifesto?
An old man gave it to them. Do you know anyone with a grudge against...
An old man? The dapper old gent, no doubt. When Wolf hears about this, he's going to give me the "I told you so" of a lifetime.
Why would the dapper old gent care about the found...
The whole economy of Stonebridge rests on the power of the foundries, churning gears, and the cheap metal.
The economy of Stonebridge hinges on its workers, not your machines. But yes, the Foundry is a crucial...
The Foundry needs to reopen one way or another. I speak for the Cyclopses, so...
Well then, something good came of all this violence. My good Legionnaire, tell the Cyclopses that they may resume work as salaried employees.
Shut your goblin spout! They agreed long ago to servitude as payment for their crimes. They cannot just ignore a contract.
Meister Fiddlewick, you clearly favor the Cyclopses. I'd like to hear...
For years, this city has flourished, largely at the expense of the Cyclopses, slaving away. Castle used you. He told you the Cyclopses had gone mad so you would enforce his profit margin. There is nothing subtle about my argument. The Cyclopses are thinking, reasoning beings and should not be slaves to any man or goblin.
Meister Castle, you said that...
Years ago, long before the Legion fell, a tribe of Cyclopses, at great cost, the people of Stonebridge bested them. Their chieftain agreed to a lifetime of Yes, I profit from their work, but so does the whole city. A contract is a contract.
I've heard enough.
My hands are tied. The Cyclopses will listen to you and you alone, now that you've beaten them.
And I, for one, respect the old tradition of letting the Legion be the mediators of best resort. I know you will choose rightly.
The Cyclopses acted in self-defense. They must be given fair wages and treated with respect.
What? Nonsense! The Cyclopses are bound by an agreement. If you wanted my vote, you just lost it. Bah! Tell them I will negotiate their wages. This decision is foolish, but I won't have the Cyclopses leave.
He'll calm down eventually. But you have my thanks, and I pledge my vote to you when the time comes.
Terribly sorry. Meister Castle has insisted that we have no... Castle believes you capitulated to the demands of thugs. But I am grateful for your help. More of our colleagues would...
We fixed the gears as well as we could. The Foundry is impressive when it...
True. The whole city relies on the power of our furnaces and gears. Here is a little something for your...
Did you find my men? Are they all right?
Yes, there's...
They are? Hazanai bless you, and all the saints as well. I wish I had more to reward you with, but this is all I can give.
I didn't help you for a reward, but if you mentioned this to Castle, we'd appreciate it.
Your generosity knows no bounds, my friend. I'll tell Castle, and I'll raise a glass in your honor next time I'm drinking with my mates.
Hey, got a second? See, I built this automaton, and it might have gone into a bloodthirsty frenzy of violence, maybe. If you could do me a favor, I figure it'd be in everyone's best interest if it got smashed up without involving the local authorities. Last thing I need is to have the Sweatcog brand name lose its immaculate reputation for safety.
What sort of name is Sweatcog?
Engineering is 10% innovation, 20% math, and 80% perspiration. Sweatcog is a proud name. Don't mock it.
Can't you just shut it off?
Oh, I thought of that. Problem is, I thought of that after I built the construct. So, the only off switch it's got involves smashing it.
We'll take care of it. Just tell us what...
Excellent. You'll find the automaton on the other side of town. Just try to deal with it before it causes too much trouble. If you stop it, come on back and I'll pay you for your efforts.
Ah, good. I thought I'd find you here. I heard the Legion was back in town and I've been scampering to get my old notes in order. You see, I've been archiving the history of the 10th Legion in Stonebridge. A sad history, to be sure, but my research can help you.
Go on. What kind of research do you mean?
I've studied the event of the local Legion's demise, the riots. I've kept track of many looters and killers that profited on that day. Some who looted the chapter house proudly displayed their ill-gotten gains, showing off stolen Legion property to house guests. Such arrogance. Well, I have kept track of these pompous criminals, especially the ones who insisted they'd be buried with their trophies.
Those artifacts belong to the Legion. I'll do whatever it takes to get them back.
I've assembled a list of graves that should contain stolen property. Problem is, the crypts have become too dangerous of late. Here, take my notes. Unless the thieves have started looting coffins at random, you should be able to recover the stolen items.
Never thought I'd be robbing graves for the good of the Legion. Desperate times and all that.
Good work, my friends. I'll need to remember to install a safety switch on my neck. Here's your payment. Now, something's been bothering me. Nothing in my schematics would have... I think someone tampered with my construct. I don't have any rivals that hate me that much, but I have had quite a few parts go missing recently.
We can look into the matter for you.
All I ask is that you keep an eye out for any of the If you find such a construct, kindly bring me back some parts. Simple enough. Well, thanks again. Take care.
So they're breaking down the automatons into parts and delivering them to someone. But who? A den of thieves. Should be a straightforward fight.
Well, look at that sprocket! A magic command from afar can click this little widget in place and disable conflict resolution inhibitors. Clever indeed, but I'm sure I could craft a countermeasure. Listen to me ramble. Here's your reward. Now, if you'll pardon me, I need to formulate my schematics. Good day.
We need to extend the bridge. Try that switch. These automatons don't look as friendly as the ones in the city. trap. Good to see you're all in one piece.